The day before yesterday was Srila Jiva Goswami's appearance day. So on that occasion, I'd like to sing this Yugalashtakam prayers. Krishna Premamani Radha, Radha Premamayo Hari. Krishna Premamai Radha, Radha Premamayo Hari. Jivane Nidhane Nityam, Radha Krishna Gatir Mama. Jivane Nidhane Nityam, Radha Krishna Gatir Mama. Krishna Tasya Dravinam Radha, Radhaya Dravino Hari. Krishnasya Dravino Radha, Radhaya Dravino Hari. Jivane Nidhane Nityam, Radha Krishna Gatir Mama. Jivane Nidhane Nityam, Radha Krishna Gatir Mama. Krishna Pranamayi Radha, Radha Pranamayo Hari. Krishna Pranamayi Radha, Radha Pranamayo Hari. Jivane Nidhane Nityam, Radha Krishna Gatir Mama. Jivane Nidhane Nityam, Radha Krishna Gatir Mama. Krishna Dravamai Radha, Radha Dravamayo Hari. Krishna Dravamai Radha, Radha Dravamayo Hari. Jivane Nidhane Nityam, Radha Krishna Gatir Mama. Jivane Nidhane Nityam, Radha Krishna Gatir Mama. Krishna Gehe Stita Radha, Radha Gehe Stito Hari. Krishna Gehe Stita Radha, Radha Gehe Stito Hari. Jivane Nidhane Nityam, Radha Krishna Gatir Mama. Jivane Nidhane Nityam, Radha Krishna Gatir Mama. Krishna Chitta Stita Radha, Radha Chitta Stito Hari. Krishna Chitta Stita Radha, Radha Chitta Stito Hari. Jivane Nidhane Nityam, Radha Krishna Gatir Mama. Jivane Nidhane Nityam, Radha Krishna Gatir Mama. Krishna Nilambara Dhara Radha, Pitambara Dharo Hari. Nilambara Dhara Radha, Pitambara Dharo Hari. Jivane Nidhane Nityam, Radha Krishna Gatir Mama. Jivane Nidhane Nityam, राधा कृष्ण गतिर्मम वृंदावनेश्वरी राधा कृष्ण वृंदावनेश्वरः वृंदावनेश्वरी राधा कृष्ण वृंदावनेश्वरः जीवने निधने नित्यम् राधा कृष्ण गतिर्मम जीवने निधने नित्यं राधा कृष्ण गतिर्मम। शिला जीव गोस्वामी पाद की जय। जगत गुरु शिला प्रभुपाद की जय। हरे कृष्णा। थैंक यू वेरी मच।
That was really splendid. It's very heart touching the way you sang. It's incredible.
Thank you, Prabhu. All your mercy, Prabhu. Thank you. Hare Krishna. So, Sharad Prabhu, you want to do the Mangalacharan or shall I? In the meantime, I'll get the file
Mataji will
ready.
be doing.
Huh?
Mataji will be doing.
Okay.
Hare Krishna.
Okay.
Thank you, Archana Mataji. Such a celestial voice you have. Nice prayers. It's in Tar Saptak, your voice. It's in high pitch. So we do really feel pleasant. You are a really exceptional devotee for Sri Prabhupada. Yeah.
All mercies of Vaishnava, Prabhu. Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Wonderful, wonderful Kirtan Seva Mataji.
Thank
That's
you.
a Mataji blesses.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah. Thank
I'll
you.
get the file ready, Mataji, by the time you do the, because I'm
Yeah.
doing the recap also today. So
Yeah.
by the time you do the Mangalacharan, I'll get my file ready. Thank you, Mataji.
Yeah. Hare Krishna. So today we are going through chapter 75 of Srimad Bhagavatam 10th canto. It is how Duryodhana humiliated. And before going to this chapter 75, lesson 113, we will go through Mangalacharan first, then recap of chapter 74, that is lesson 112. So, Om Agyantimirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayyam Dadati Swam Padantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavanitan Nisho Shri Rupam साग्रजातं सहगन रघुनाथान्वितां तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपदां सहगन ललिता श्रीविशाखानितान्निषु नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमो महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामिने गौरत्विषे नमः वंचा पंचतत्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूप स्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नामिने भक्त शक्तिकं हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते वाञ्छाकल्पतरु तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरि प्रिये जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे
Krishna,
हरे
Hare Hare, Hare
हरे राम Ram Ram Hare Hare. Sril Grantaraj Bhagavatam ki jai. Sril Prabhupada ki jai. Now we'll proceed for a recap of last chapter. Hare Krishna. The deliverance of Shishupal at the Rajsuriya sacrifice.
Hare Krishna, everyone. So now we will proceed towards the recap. I will share my screen. So today we will do this chapter 74. We'll start with this slide. So the scene is that Agra Puja is being proposed. That means at every Rajasuya sacrifice, there's going to be a puja for the most elevated personality in the assembly. And here this time, one particular person, a devotee, is going to now propose Lord Krishna to be the supreme. So this is the theme. The theme is how the, of course, Shishupala is delivered and a Rajasuya sacrifice. And then we are going to now first talk about the supremacy of Lord Krishna and how Lord Krishna is supreme and what is his, how he is worshipped. So the first question will be, define the true worship of Lord Krishna. So when you truly worship the Lord, so how do we define it? What do we get? Or how is it defined as the true worship?
You can make a full
Uh,
screen.
it
Full screen, you can make
Full
it
screen.
little
Okay,
easier,
okay.
you know.
Sorry.
I think two slides are back to back on, you know.
Okay. Is it okay now, Prabhu?
Yeah, so there are two slides there simultaneously. Are there two slides? Okay, go ahead, continue. Anyway, it's two slides are there.
Are there two
Okay,
slides?
go ahead. It's still better now. It's okay.
Shall I share once again?
Okay, try.
Are there two slides again?
No, now it's better. I think it's okay. Go ahead. It looks like that, but it's okay. Go ahead, Mataji. Go ahead.
Okay. So how do we actually, according to Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakura, how does he emphasize the true worship of Krishna? So what is the true worship of Krishna?
true worship of Krishna is not it transcends ritual, and it involves to recognize him as the main deity, means foundation, means he's the super soul
Yes.
and the embodiment of dharma.
Yes, correct. So it's not just a mere ritual. So it's transcending that. Just like, just we do puja, just mere ritual. It's not a ritual, it's spiritual. So it is beyond that. It's transcending. That is what Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is saying. So, okay. So the next point. Who advocated the worship of Lord Krishna in the Agra Puja? And why? Somebody proposed. Who was that who proposed and why did he propose? Krishna is the person to be worshipped.
King
So they
Yudhishthira
proposed
for Krishna Agra Puja.
Huh? Mataji, can you repeat again?
Yudhishthira king proposed for this.
Sahadev
Yes,
proposed for this.
Sahadev proposed, correct.
Oh, yeah, Sahadev. Sorry, Mataji Sahadev.
And why?
Because he's a super soul, and he knew that he was here for that, and because he was a super soul, he was invited for the ritual main, and when the divine is here, so it
Yes.
should be his first puja to his.
Yes, he recognized the divine.
Establish the supremacy of the Lord.
Yes, correct. He established the supremacy of the Lord and divine authority, and he recognized that, and he was seeing the social conventions. So beyond that is the divine. So we have to embrace the divine over the social conventions. So that is what is this here. Okay, so we go to the next. No, why this is going like this? Sorry about that. Okay. So in the slide number 4, we see somebody opposed this. Sahadev's advocacy. Somebody opposed it. Who was that and why? Why did he oppose?
Shishupal opposed this.
Yes, very good.
As
Fiercely
supremacy.
opposed. Okay. And why did he oppose it?
Shishupal was full of ego and ignorance, and he did not recognize the divine presence.
Yes,
So,
correct. So he was very egoistic and he could not recognize the divine presence of the Lord.
From beginning, he is very envious
Very envious.
person
Very envious person.
towards Lord Krishna.
Yes. And that's why he blasphemed the Lord and refused to have Krishna as the person for Agra Puja. So the next question is, how did Lord Krishna respond to his opposition? Of course, Shishupal opposed in a very, very severe manner, very fierce manner. How did Krishna respond to it? How did Lord Krishna respond to the opposition? With remarkable restraint, right? He demonstrated remarkable restraint. So when somebody provokes us, what do? We get angry. So did Krishna get angry? Krishna
No,
didn't get angry.
silent, complete silence.
Yeah, he was simply restraining and remarkably restraining until finally
With
what he
divine
showed.
patience and justice.
Yes. First he showed divine patience. After that he exemplified
He,
divine justice.
yeah, then he did.
Yes, correct. Okay, very nice. Okay, we go to the next slide, slide number 5. How did the performance of the sacrifice reflect on Yudhishthir Maharaja's actions? That means, why did Yudhishthir Maharaj perform the sacrifice? What was going on in his mind? How did he come about to perform this sacrifice of Rajasri?
Yudhishthir Maharaj distributed gifts and performance of Prayashit Home.
Yes, Prayashchitta Homa means what? What is the meaning of Prayashchitta?
To highlight the virtues of humility.
Yeah, but
And
what is the
to-
meaning of Prayashchitta? Prayashchitta means you do something,
To-
you do something
Sacrifice.
wrong, and
Sacrifice.
then no, when you do something,
Repent.
For repentance.
Repentance.
yes, repentance. So why was that repentance there? What was the reason? Why was he repenting?
नहीं मालूम माता जी.
Anybody? Because of any kind of killings he would have done. He was also,
महाभारत की वॉर की वजह से
हाँ, ये महाभारत की वॉर के बाद हुआ था या पहले हुआ था?
बाद उसके बाद ना
हुआ था. पहले हुआ था ये राजसूय के पहले हुआ था
much before.
that all the killings which were for that
So
they were
it was
repentant.
much before Mahabharata, not after Mahabharata. So otherwise, where is Shishupal and all? They would have died by now. No, because actually he was Parashchitta is always done because they become very morose when they see there's so much of enmity, so much of injustice, so much of killings happening in their kingdom, or something is happening, some bad things are happening. So to nullify that, then they do such kind of yajnas, Prashchitta Homa, isn't it? To establish
The
dharma.
main purpose of this yagna is to establish the
Yeah, establish
supremacy of the
dharma,
Lord Krishna.
establish
Yeah.
dharma, and also for purification. So it's called as
Yes.
a collective purification. So everybody gets purified. If yajna is done due to the yajna, everyone gets purified. Whoever attends the yajna also gets purified, gets divine grace of the Lord. Okay?
The primary reason is the recognition of Krishna's divinity, you know, Krishna's being supreme. That's what
He wanted to
Yudhishthira Maharaj
worship
wanted to
Krishna.
establish.
He wanted to worship Krishna as the
Yeah,
divine.
he wanted to
He's
establish,
supreme.
he knew, of course, it himself, but he wanted to establish Krishna's divinity. That was the whole purpose for Rajsuya Yajna that he was performing here.
Yes, correct. Thank you, Prabhu. So that was the real purpose. The real purpose was to have established the divinity of the Lord, establish the divinity of Lord Krishna, and worship him accordingly.
People to recognize him.
Yes. So then the next question is, how are the themes interwoven by Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur? So these are the themes which we saw just now. So how are they nicely interwoven by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur?
The nature of divine love and the recognizing higher truth of divinity and the relationship with the supreme.
Yeah. So then first we see how the devotion, the interplay of devotion is there by all the brothers, the Pandavas. There's so much devotion for the Lord, isn't it? And then the nature of divine, how divine love, there's divine love. That's not the ordinary mundane love. So there's divine love. So how that divine love is being expressed, then the importance of recognizing the higher truths. So what are the higher truths? Establish dharma, establish divinity of the Lord. They are the higher truths and the ultimate aspiration for liberation. So now that we will see in the coming slides. So how the ultimate aspiration for everyone is liberation through a relationship with Krishna. So everyone gets connected with Krishna and gets liberation. Here even Shishupal, who is so envious, we will see towards the end of the thing how he got liberated. So this chapter is serving as a how human actions, intentions, and all are interwoven. So very nicely, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is explained this.
I think
Okay,
now
so
I recognize, Mataji, I think you're projecting the PDF version of my slides, right? Looks like it is PDF version.
I don't know, Prabhu, because I'm not
Yeah.
subscribed to
it
this
is a
WPS
PDF
and
version,
it's
that's
going
why.
in. I
It's
have to-
okay. It's not your fault. It's not your fault.
Okay, Prabhu, because I am not subscribed to this WPS. So, and this is going in that mode. I don't
So
know.
now you know that you should be having access to that site that Sanjay Prabhu sent, where I post both the PPTX
I have
version
PPT
as well as
and as
PDF
well
version.
as I have
Yeah.
downloaded.
So when you
that.
want to project, you use the PPTX version, then you'll have greater control over it.
Okay, Prabhu.
But today is all right.
Okay, Prabhu.
Continue, Mataji.
Okay, Prabhu. Sorry. Okay, now we go to the next slide, slide number 6. How is having the Lord as a central figure important for our spiritual life? So why should we always worship the Lord, and what is the importance of worshiping the Lord for us? What happens to us? What do we get? What does it have? How does it help?
By keeping in mind Krishna as a supreme being, it gives up that all worship and reverence towards him it shows that everything is directed towards him.
Yes.
He's
What is the main thing? It helps devotees to understand
recognize the personality of God.
Yes. So how we can align ourselves with the divine? Is His will. Make our will His will. His will, our will.
Our will.
So His will should be our will. So we have to make. Sorry?
Yeah, Bhagavad Gita says Bhoktaram Egatapsam, right?
Yes.
Sarva Loga Maheshwara. So he is a Maheshwara of all that. So he is the only to be if we are looking at sacrifice, by sacrifice, he is the only one person, right?
Yes, yes. So my question was that how we as devotees, how we can, what we can get when we worship Krishna. So how are we, what are we getting? If we make Krishna the central figure, important for our life. So how is it that what we will get?
Yeah, a lot of things can open up a big box, mother. So starting with the detachment from material and go back from where we are come. So actually, we are come from there. Love of God, right? And stop from birth, death, old age, disease, like all the cycle which we are going. So stop that. So it can go up to, just developing loving relation with him, and because he is the eternal for all of us, right? He is the eternal.
Yes.
And he is the only one who can give us a liberation. He is the only one who can take us back or, take care of us eternally.
Yes, correct. So if
At the end, we can get our own Swarupa.
How do we attend? What is the key word? Bhakti, right?
Yes.
Loving devotional service.
Bhakti, true
Exactly.
bhakti. True bhakti.
The seed of all this thing is bhakti.
Yes, yes. Seed of all things.
Yeah, says Bhaktya Mam
Abhijanati. Yes. To understand Krishna, we need bhakti. Without bhakti,
Real mukti is through we have to see our real Swarupa. Mukti hitva anyatha rupena swarupena vyavasthita.
Yes, yes. Correct. Very nice. So we'll go to the next question. What does Yudhishthir Maharaj's humility teach us? Yudhishthir Maharaj's humility, it is going to teach us something. What does it teach us?
Devotee is always so humble, and he's full of humility with everybody in this planet, Mataji. Okay.
Yes,
with all jivas. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that is one of the basic character of one of the key character of a devotee. Yeah. Right.
Yes.
So that humility is the first outcome of bhakti. Bhakti gives the humility.
Yes.
Yes.
Correct.
So it's very nicely mentioned here. Recognizing one's own limitation. That's very important to develop humility, right? And the greatness of the Lord. So once you understand, little bit of humility will come. Otherwise, it will not come. And only humility we can do a devotional service. Otherwise, it doesn't work.
Yes. So only bhakti makes us realize there's nothing is our own. Everything is being given to us.
Yes, correct.
And it also fosters a deeper connection with divine.
Yes. And we learn how to respect, how to revere the spiritual practices which you are doing, and how that when we do this, when we reinforce this idea, then how we can we can honor the divine above all. Means that everybody should be honored, but above all, the divine should be honored. So that is the key point. Okay, thank you all very much. So we go to the next. 7th slide is how can devotion empower individuals? Bhakti. How can bhakti empower us?
Just now we were talking of Bhaktyamam Abhijanati. By only devotional service, we get connected with the Lord.
Yes.
Our connection is only through bhakti. Okay.
Yes.
So the
But
concept
it
of bhakti
reveals
showcases.
something. When we do bhakti,
Yeah.
bhakti reveals something. What does it reveal us?
It's your personal connection with the Lord.
Yes, and the mercy of the Lord. It's a depth
Mercy.
of the mercy. So much mercy Krishna is giving. He's pouring mercy on us. Actually, we are not qualified, but he's pouring mercy on us. A little bhakti we show, Krishna is just like Prabhupada used to say, you take one step and Krishna will take 10 steps towards you. So much that divine mercy that is revealed to us, which is a central point for all our spiritual different paths we take. So that is the central point. Mercy of the Lord. Yes.
Even in the difficult situation, we get the strength from that mercy.
Yes, we get strength from the mercy.
So we can able to face all situations in our life because of this only, because of mercy, because of bhakti.
Correct. And how many of us in every walks of our life, how many times Krishna has shown his mercy, right? We will say, oh, this is Krishna's mercy. We say it so easily, but actually how much we are.
Yes, Mataji, very true.
Every moment we feel, oh, this is Krishna's mercy. Krishna did this for me. We should think like that also. Like something happens, good happens in our life. We have a habit of keeping a diary, and anything good happens, we write down and say Krishna's mercy. This happened because of Krishna's mercy. So the diary, later on we open it and see how many times Krishna has helped us. How many times Krishna has shown his mercy. So it's very, very good to have a diary like that.
It guides, protects at the time of crisis, every time.
Yes, correct. So we'll go to the next question. The next question is, how does the theme of unity help us? This theme of unity of all beings. How does it help us? What is the meaning of unity? Unity means all the Vaishnavas come together. So when all Vaishnavas...
Association of devotee.
Yes. How does it help us?
When we see the essence of Krishna in every living being, we have love and compassion for that living.
Yes.
And
empathy is different from sympathy. Sympathy means I feel sorry for him. But empathy means I put myself in his shoes and I also help that person out of that, not just like lip service, but doing good to them and feeling exactly like how they feel. So when we are together as Vaishnavas and we see other Vaishnavas are progressing, we get strength. And we see other Vaishnavas are having difficulties, we
इंस्पिरेशन मिलती है हमें, इंस्पिरेशन मिलती है.
Yeah.
Individual transcendent superficial differences also.
Yes, correct. So there are
also Mataji, harmony is established in the society.
Yes, very good.
Spirit of oneness. Spirit of oneness.
Spirit of oneness, yes.
Harmony is established.
So
Yes.
we can align, finally we can align everything.
Please remember, this oneness is not what the
John.
impersonalists say, okay? This is a different type of oneness. But it can be misunderstood, you know?
Yes.
We don't want to merge
process.
within.
Prabhu,
We don't want to
it is
merge
in
within
thought process
Krishna.
we can one.
We don't want to
Prasad
merge
Prabhu.
within Krishna, but we want to
Prasad
serve him.
Prasad Prabhu, can you mute yourself? Prabhu, your chanting is
No,
disturbed.
go ahead. Continue.
Thank you.
I like the word here, Mataji, if I may share. It is a catalyst for our understanding and devotion and cultivating compassion. And also Srila Prabhupada, before he left from the world, he left the main instruction for the devotees, for like all of us, is you can show your contribution by staying together despite what. So
yes,
he also emphasized so much on unity and staying together.
Definitely. Yes.
Oh, by the way, this is a good time now. Since Sanjeev Prabhu showed up, please, let's all congratulate him. Prabhuji earned his master's degree while doing all these things.
Haribol, Prabhuji.
Prabhuji. Big
Haribol.
Haribol.
Hare
Very
Krishna.
good.
Congratulations.
Congratulations,
Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna.
Correct.
Congratulations,
So, your mercy,
Haribol.
Prabhu. Actually inspired by you only.
Congratulations, Prabhu.
That's
So,
that's from a very
That
very
kind of
prestigious
very
university,
prestigious.
Pilani University.
Pilani, which Pilani?
And
It started
one
as
of my classmates when I was doing in Bangalore study, he did his graduation from Pilani Institute, Rajasthan. So I know the academic standard is very, very high.
Yes, that's university standard is very high. YG.
Prabhuji, which degree, which subject?
Which degree,
program?
Prabhuji, you get?
Mataji, it's mine, my field, Masters in Information Technology. So it's a
Yeah,
MS in Info.
so wonderful.
Thank you.
congratulations, Prabhu.
So this was but
Congratulations,
it's
Prabhu.
nothing related to bhakti, but just a personal desire to
No,
have that
but
degree. So
Prabhuji,
By doing bhakti, we
let's
get both the increment, Prabhuji. In
Yes.
material
let's
world
all
also we get.
let's all pray that Prabhuji gets a very nice promotion because he promotes bhakti among all of us. He very generously supports all the efforts.
This is the mercy of
true.
Lord, Prabhuji. You may say this.
Whatever I am today, we are enjoying this particular online teaching is because of him.
Yes,
Yes.
he's very
Yes.
much.
Thank you,
That's true,
Prabhuji.
Abhi.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mataji. Just like Archana Mataji said, I will note in the diary, this is what Krishna did for me. I don't deserve. So thank you. That was wonderful idea.
Yes, thank you, Prabhu.
Right,
I can see
desire,
that
Prabhu, Krishna
because
fulfilled for you.
I can see that because of the inspiration of Charu Prabhu. So this is also association, you see. I don't think without the inspiration, any one of us can go forward.
We all inspire each other.
प्रभुजी ये
Okay,
श्लोक
Mataji,
कनेक्ट
continue.
कर सकते हैं योगक्षेम वहां हम
Yes.
Okay, Mataji, continue because we are taking too much time away from Mataji.
Okay.
If she has
So
not to
slide
cover.
8. The first question in slide 8 will be, what does the theme of role of devotees teach us? This is a very beautiful theme, role of devotees. So we just discussed just now how devotees are helping. But how does this role, what should the devotee do, and how does the devotee help other devotees?
Each individual,
It just gives
it helps.
confidence. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Go, you can continue.
Prasad Prabhu, please come.
Yeah. So if a other devotee is progressing, okay, if suppose if I am a neophyte devotee, it gives a lot of confidence, saying that like, yeah, this is the right direction.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. We could see the change in the other person, right, Mataji? So
Yes.
that itself brings some change in us, and it gives a
Yes.
confidence on the way we are moving, okay, in this particular path. Yeah.
Correct.
So, and another
You
thing,
remember-
we
When
already
we
discussed
see
point
the
inspiring
spiritual
each other.
growth of others, then we also want to do some responsible work. Otherwise,
Yes.
we will be
Yes,
sitting in the
exactly.
shadows. I don't want to do
That is
anything. Let
so
them.
that is what
कैन डू
Vasudev
स्पिरिट प्रभुजी कहते हैं ना कैन डू स्पिरिट
Vasudev
Can do spirit. Can do spirit. Yes.
that the verse Raksha Mataji probably knows that verse. The Sri Vasudev Katha Ruchi, Ruchi, we get taste for hearing Krishna Katha comes from that. Remember that verse from the Bhagavatam?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Shushrushaspradhanasya Vasudev Katha Ruchi.
न उत्पादे यदि रतिम श्रम एव हि केवलम.
Yeah. No, but what we are talking about, the taste for hearing Krishna Katha comes from the Sadhu Sangha. Serving them.
Yes. And how we should be selfless and how we should encourage others. So when we are selflessly doing some helping other devotees, then spiritual truths automatically will come. Like Prabhu said, Vasudeva Katha Ruchi. So how that spiritual Ruchi will come? By helping others selflessly. So not thinking that, okay, I'm doing a great favor to this person. Like that. So that's very...
माता जी जितनी कथा सुनेंगे तो हमें साधु की सेवा करने का मौका मिलेगा. जितनी सेवा करेंगे वापस कथा सुनेंगे. दिस इज साइकिल.
Cycle. Correct. Very good. So how do the sacred rituals shape our spiritual experiences? Sacred rituals. Like they are doing the Rajasriya sacrifice, a sacred ritual, na? So how does
this Yeah, so rituals are basically, all the sacrifices again is connected with the Lord, right? So sadhana bhakti. So you do it is not directly, in this case, like a direct devotional Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu,
Yes.
Smaranam, right? Those 9, it is not here much.
Yes.
But rituals also takes us eventually to that. So somewhere we have to start at the sadhana. So it
Yes.
serves as the pivotal link to the religious practices.
Yes.
That's where the religious, at least it begins with that.
Yes, and our idea, it strengthens our idea, so that we have to approach the spiritual experiences, not just the ritual. So we should go beyond these rituals, and we should go to spiritual. So that it reinforces our ideas like that. So rituals are just
Mataji, if we are performing the ritual, but
yeah,
the purpose of the ritual is to gain the more bhakti. To gain the more bhakti from that ritual.
yes. So we should get more bhakti. That is correct. So
They also bring in a lot of what you call sort of bliss, right? Because of sometimes, if in right mood we perform the proper, let's say Janmashtami, then end of the event or the ritual, then we feel bliss and more sort of empowerment.
yes.
Well, not
But it's not only
that.
ritual, it's a spiritual interaction.
Yes, spiritual.
Spiritual interaction, that why it creates a very kind of a sacred space. Thank you, Prabhu.
Mataji, today is Anant Chaturdashi,
Yes.
Visarjan Ganpati Visarjan. So we have to pray the Ganpati Dada कि हमारी भक्ति में जो विघ्न आते हैं उनको दूर करे. तो this is spiritual then.
Correct. And also today is Haridas Thakur's disappearance day.
Disappearance day. Yeah.
Disappearance day.
Srila Haridas Thakur, disappearance day.
Yes. Okay, so we'll go to the next slide, slide 10. What was Shishupal's intention when he tried to disrupt Shri Krishna's Agra Puja? He wanted to disrupt the Agra Puja. So what was his intention actually?
He wanted to actually, as you said, stop the Agra Puja also, and then he wanted to deride Lord Krishna. He did it very, very cunningly, maliciously and cunningly. He did not raise his objection early on, but later on, when I think the rituals are done at that point, he started criticizing Krishna, so that if people are in agreement, then the whole sacrifice will be spoiled. So that was his dual purpose.
Yes, so he wanted to divert the worship away from Krishna, and he wanted to give it to someone else, some other deserving candidate. He thought Krishna doesn't deserve, so he wanted to give it to someone else so that they can like that.
No, but there is another meaning. So initially he kept quiet. He did not raise, as Prabhuji is saying, right?
Yes.
So when everything was done, he wanted to somehow spoil the Lord's credibility. That was his purpose, right? And that's why he kept quiet in the beginning, and then everything was done. So that would have spoiled the whole purpose with which that whole Rajasuya Yajna was performed. The whole purpose will get spoiled.
Yes.
So he has a nefarious design, his mind.
So during the worship, he was very silent. And after that, he was very calculative. So he was wanting to undermine Krishna's position. So after when everything was done, then after that, he was highlighting how he was very manipulative person. Yeah. So that was his problem.
So all because of that enviness, Mataji.
Enviousness, yes. We go to the next slide. What happens to Shishupal's criticisms? What happens to them? I mean, he criticized, yes. Then something happened.
Sarupya Mukti he got, Mataji.
No.
No, before that.
जब शिशुपाल ने बोलना शुरू किया, सब राजाओं ने मतलब सब पांडवों ने भी हथियार निकाल लिए उनको मारने के लिए. फिर सब लोग बहुत ऋषि मुनि जो थे वो सब निकल गए, क्योंकि जब भी कोई भी ब्लेस्फेमी होती है तो वो सुनना नहीं चाहिए. भगवान के बारे में अगर कोई बोलता है तो वो सुनना नहीं चाहिए. तो ऋषि मुनि वहां से चले गए और पांडव जो थे उन्होंने अपने वेपन्स निकाले उनको मारने के लिए, मगर भगवान बोले कि आप शांत रहिए, बोलने दीजिए उनको। फिर उन्होंने फिर भगवान ने एक्शन लिया और सुदर्शन चक्र निकाल के उनका सर छेद कर दिया।
Yeah, Lord waited for 100.
I was asking a different thing. I was asking what happened in the commentary. Some clarifications were made of what happened to Shishupal's criticisms. He made some criticisms, right? But there were clarifications. Oh, we will see how each and every clarification.
All the yes, I remember now. I remember class. All the ill words he spoke or criticism he spoke of Krishna, the acharyas very interestingly
glorify
the way that how it actually is a glorification.
Yes. They changed the criticism of Shishupal to glorification of Krishna. Similar thing how Rukmini Devi was doing it when Krishna was, the talks between Krishna and Rukmini, how Krishna was blaspheming himself. He was saying, what, I am a useless person, I am a coward. And Rukmini Devi was changing the whole thing and clarifying it in a very beautiful manner. It's a very beautiful episode. So like that, here Shishupal's criticisms were clarified by the acharyas into glorification of Krishna. So that is that. And the last slide today is, what is the importance of the association of advanced devotees?
Sorry about this typo here. Why it should be 2 should be 6.
Pardon me, Prabhu?
There's a typo there in my slide.
Okay.
The 5th and 6th should be, the 2 should be 6th one.
Oh, yeah. That's
Sorry
okay.
about that.
That's okay. So what is the importance of association of advanced devotees? So important for all of us.
It fosters an environment to conducive to worship.
Conducive worship, yes. And then, yes, very good. Elevates our consciousness. So our consciousness has to be elevated. Otherwise, how can we come out of this body and this? We think always we are in the bodily concept of life. So with coming out of the bodily concept, we need to elevate our consciousness, right? Okay, then what does Lord Krishna's killing of Shishupala exemplify?
Krishna did not want bloodshed, and he quietly beheaded Shishupal so that the Rajya sacrifice may not be spoiled.
Yeah, he eliminated him is exemplifying his divine intervention. So Krishna tolerated quietly, and then after that he just intervened divinely, and he upheld the dharma, upheld sanctity of dharma, because he was trying to, Shishupal was trying to desecrate that, and that's why Krishna did the needful by intervening divinely. So that is the end of this. The rest all are the same questions again. Prabhu, do you want me to go through the questions again, or?
No, I don't think so. We have discussed that.
Okay, Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you all, everyone, very much for your kind participation. Thank you all very much. Hare Krishna. Over to you, Mataji.
Well done, Mataji.
Thank you so much, Prabhu.
It's well done, Archana Mataji. As usual. Yeah.
Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna to all devotees. With blessings of His Grace Charichandra Prabhuji, His Grace Sharat Prabhuji, and Vaishnavas, I will try to offer this today's seva to speak few words about lesson 113, that is chapter 75 of SRIMAD Bhagavatam 10 Canto. So Prabhuji PPT थोड़ा सा display कर लेंगे आज ऊपर. Hare Krishna.
Sanjay Prabhu, you're showing PPTs? Who is showing the PPT?
Hare Krishna.
Oh,
1 minute, Prabhu. I will need some time. I don't know. Is it possible for you, Sarat Prabhu, to share today? Let me. Reason.
I
So I'm
have
logged in.
downloaded in this computer. It may take some time.
Yeah, I will send you, Prabhu. One second, I will send you quickly.
Yeah, nice recap by Archana Mataji on chapter 74, the deliverance of Shishupal at the Rajsuya sacrifice. As per Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's, Mataji just said that this Rajasuya sacrifice, it was not only the ritual, but it was spiritual. And we have seen in that chapter that how Lord Krishna received the honor of first worship, that is Agra Puja, during the Rajasuya sacrifice. There were first 29 verses. And then the second part, we have seen that with his Sudarshan disc, Krishna beheads the envious Shishupal, and who nonetheless received Sayuj Mukti. So there were 54 verses in this particular chapter. And next chapter will be dealing with lesson 113, that is chapter 75 of Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th Canto, Duryodhana humiliated. So this particular chapter includes two themes. So the first one is the details of Rajasuya sacrifice. The first 30 verses in large, they do talk about how this Rajasuya sacrifice, it was arranged. And then after Rajasuya Yagya, okay, so what were the procedures they were followed, and how it was made jubilant, how it was made celebration, and now it was the time of departure. Okay, and yes, everyone departed happily, uh, feeling the separation, the intimate separation with the Lord. So it was told by Yudhishthir Maharaj to Lord Krishna to stay for a while at his kingdom and his palace, which was none other than made by Maidanav. And in that, we are going to see how envious Duryodhana was humiliated in King Yudhishthira's palace. So there are 40 verses which speak on this particular second theme. So when I was going through Srimad Bhagavatam book, even though we have purports, but it was so difficult to go through the sub themes also. So it is really a great thing that we do have the guidance of His Grace Charuchandra Prabhuji, who so cleverly draws sub themes of this particular chapter. Okay, so the whole chapter is that. So how Rajasuya Yagya it was performed, and how Duryodhana was humiliated in the palace of Yudhishthir Maharaj. So the first theme is royal sacrifice and rituals. So the majestic, the magnanimous Rajasuya sacrifice, it stands as a monumental event in this particular chapter, which serves as a powerful testament to Yudhishthir Maharaj, who is Ajat Shatru, the unwavering dedication to Dharma. Yeah. So his Dharmaraj, his Dharmaputra, Yudhishthir Maharaj is. And so as to establish, Mataji also covered in recap, yes, to align our wishes with the wishes of, or the desires of Lord Krishna, and accordingly so as to establish the desires of Lord Krishna. It was the effort played by Yudhishthir Maharaj so as to perform Rajasuya sacrifice. So yeah, we are going through this first theme. Thank you, Prabhuji. So royal sacrifice and rituals. So this public display not only cements his authority and kingship, but also cultivates loyalty and support from allies and subjects, thus fortifying his leadership. So this particular event, as it was celebrated by most of the kings, the great sages, his relatives, and his subjects, etc., very happily. and jubilantly. So it shows that so as to establish dharma, how much he got the support. Okay. So it was asked by Parikshit Maharaj to Shukdev Goswami, O Brahmana. So everyone in this kingdom of Yudhishthir Maharaj, all the guests, all the gods, demigods, the great sages, demons, they were all delighted to celebrate this Rajasuya Yajna, except the sole one. It was the Duryodhan, okay, the Kururaj Duryodhan. So why it was so? And this particular chapter is the answer for this particular question. So why Yudhishthir, so why Duryodhan was not happily going through all this ritualistic process? So what was the reason? And so it was answered by uh, Sukdev Goswami. So Badrayan says, so this theme underscores the paramount importance of duty, that is dharma, and rituals in upholding social order by honoring tradition and fulfilling sacred responsibilities. So it is not the ritual only, but it is the spiritual, isn't it? And so as to establish, we have again saw in the recap also, so as to establish divinity, and only Lord Krishna is the divine. Okay, so for that this Rajasuya Yajna it was getting performed. So by honoring such traditions and fulfilling sacred responsibilities as Yudhishthir Maharaj displayed. So the individuals contribute to societal harmony and elevate their moral standing. So we'll see how everyone was so happy, the men and women of Yudhishthir Maharaj kingdom. So everyone, the queens, even the celestial wives of demigods, etc., they happily enjoyed this particular process. So the second theme is embracing beauty and joy in celebration. So out of 6 themes, this particular chapter says about how this Rajasuya sacrifice, it has been magnanimous. It was because of the beauty and joy in celebration. So the exuberant celebration by the river Jamuna encapsulates the collective experience of joy that rituals foster. So vivid imagery of participants adorned with flowers, sandalwood paste, and engaged in revelry showcases life's beauty and the deep connections that bind humanity. So it was so as to establish Yudhishthir Maharaj leadership. So this particular Rajasuya Yajna was none other than the grandfather of Parikshit Maharaj. So Badrayan is saying, Shukdev Goswami is saying, so as to celebrate this particular festival or ritualistic process, so everyone was invited and they were honored with sweet words, were offered with gifts and dakshina, etc., to all those who had been there. And then it was a process as Shishupal was killed and had been offered Sayuj Mukti. So Pandavas had to perform Avabrut Snan. Okay, it has been also called as Avabrut Yajna or Avabrut sacrifice, one of the process. So I don't know much details of this. Maybe Prabhuji can enlighten about this. So during this Avabrut Snan process, so all instruments they were getting played like mridanga, shankha, panau, dhunduri, anak. Anak, that is nothing but tutari or gomukh. So all these instruments they were getting played, and all the dancers they did dance well and were doing so nice kirtan while playing veena, venu, and cymbals, etc. So it was all garlanded with golden, uh, you see the jewelries. All the kings were with their military infantry and all their chariots and all what you say ratha and lordly elephants. They were leading this particular procession towards Jamuna ji. So it shows that it was such a grand celebration. So this particular explanation, it shows that how when Lord Krishna is there, so everything, it is going to be so auspicious in all these domains. So so as to lead this particular procession, Yudhishthir Maharaj was there. And after that, so many Yadus, Srujay, Kamboj, Kurus, Kaikayas, and Kaushal, so they were all leading this particular procession. And all were, uh, they were offering a nice praise to Yudhishthir Maharaj. And all celestial demigods, they were offering, showering the flowers on this particular procession. And so all these guests, they were with their what you can say, the sandalwood paste they were decorated with fine garlands and jewelry, and silken clothes they were wearing, and they were all wishing each other, and they were sportingly carrying out the several activities in water, and were throwing so many liquids with each other. So this particular theme, it embodies the essence that joy and beauty are integral to human exercise. Okay, so we do like a festive mood. So in India, we do see even in ISKCON, in our Gaudiya Vaishnava Parampara, we do celebrate the appearance days, so disappearance days, so many festivals are there. Okay, so as to establish, okay, it is not only the ritual but spiritual, one should understand. And the celebrations not only strengthen community ties, it builds up the congregation, but also serve as a poignant reminders of the ephemeral yet precious moments to happiness, urging individuals to savor life's simple pleasures. So it is such a pleasing process, getting together and celebrating in particular congregation. So so how this beauty it was embraced, and it was such a joyous event. We have seen, and yes, all men and women of this country, of his kingdom, they enjoyed this particular event. So next slide, please. So next is third theme, envy and humiliation. So amongst this celebration, we do see in this particular chapter. Okay, so from 31st onwards, 31st to 40th verse. So it shows the description, and it highlights about how Duryodhana is envious and how he gets humiliated. So Duryodhana's envy in response to Yudhishthir Maharaj, who is Ajata Shatru, his prosperity starkly illustrates the corrosive nature of jealousy. Okay, so he is envious, he is so jealous, and his subsequent humiliation stemming from his misguided perception of the palace deceptive floor underscores the dire consequences of ego-driven desires. So he was unable to distinguish which is a solid floor and which is with water on it, and he gets confused. And so this particular element confronts the painful truth that attachment to ego and material wealth can lead to profound suffering, and it highlights that envy not only inflicts harm on the envious but may also result in public disgrace and isolation, advocating for a mindset rooted in contentment and appreciation of others' achievements. Here everyone is joyous except Duryodhana because he is filled with envy. Envy with whom? Envy with Draupadi. As she is one of the, now she is Samradni Draupadi. She is a wife of Yudhishthir Maharaj. She is wife of Pandavas. And she was looking so beautiful. She was looking so gorgeous with so nice clothing, with Abhisheka by all this sort of liquids and jewelries and garlands and decorated with flowers, and seeing that how Draupadi, she is enlightened with this Pandavas, and he becomes jealous, isn't it? Actually, Duryodhana, he had desired that he will get Draupadi as his wife, but in Swayamvar we have seen that. Okay, so it was Arjuna who could achieve that particular target. And since that, actually, basically, he's envious about Pandavas, and especially again, additionally with Draupadi also. So the next theme is illusion and reality. So Duryodhana's bewilderment in distinguishing between solid floor and the water serves as a poignant symbol of the deceptive nature of appearances. Yudhishthir Maharaj Palace, it was okay, it was having all those things which were received from all lokas, which the gifts offered from demigods, the sages, and all the kings men. So these were all displayed, and this particular palace, it was created. It was creation of Maidana. Okay, so and seeing that, so everyone was getting, uh, you know, they were all informed with uh, the prosperity like Indra, who has in Swarglobe. Okay, so like Indradev. So Yudhishthir Maharaj was looking and he was sitting on the golden throne of his palace, which was created by Maidana. And here Duryodhana is bewildered so as to distinguish between he picked up silken dhoti when he was walking on the solid floor. He felt that it is water, and when he touches the water surface, he felt that it is water, but it was a solid surface. Okay, so likewise, also many times with our limited indriyas, okay, so we cannot distinguish many things. And so here, like Duryodhana also gets in illusion that and cannot distinguish what is that. So this moment challenges us to ponder our limited human perception and grapples with the duality present in the concepts of reality and illusion, a recurring theme in philosophical discourse. So, reality. So, this particular theme poses that reality is often intertwined with illusion, that is called as Maya, and recognizing deeper truths requires discernment. Okay, so it encourages individuals to pursue profound insights and cultivate wisdom to navigate life's complexities. So we call it in Marathi as Shahanpan, isn't it? So we get wisdom. Okay, so in ISKCON, in our Gaudiya Vaishnava Parampara, so we do get that particular wisdom, what is required and what is not required, and what is good and what is bad, and what it should be followed and what not to be followed. So, as Maya Devi is there so as to confuse you, and she puts one in illusion, but with mercy of Lord Krishna, one can get exposure, one can get the light, one can get enlightened by Krishna's mercy and can distinguish what is real and what is not. So, next slide is, yeah. Yeah. So this particular thematic elements, we are seeing the six themes that their philosophical insights weave a rich tapestry of human experience, morality, and the complexities of social dynamics, inviting readers to reflect profoundly on their own lives and values. What are the morals and values? So the vital role of laughter and community. So as everyone laughed at seeing how Duryodhana he got illusion, he went in illusion, and so everyone laughed as Yudhishthir Maharaj tried to control not to laugh, but Lord Sri Krishna allows everyone to do so because he had some other plan for future, that so as to um, so as to have now this particular platform, it was the right one to perform the particular leela, and so as to set the background and platform for the coming war. between Pandavas and Kauravas. So the vital role of laughter and community. So the laughter erupting after Duryodhana's fall illuminates the intricate social dynamics at play within the royal court. So beyond portraying the camaraderie, that is close kinship among the attendees, it accentuates the essential role humor plays in alleviating tension and fostering a sense of belonging. So, the sense of belonging is important. Here, the oneness, so everyone is joyful except Duryodhan, isn't it? So, because not he had the sense of belonging, and with such a um, esteemed position of Yudhishthir Maharaj, so he is not happy, and yeah, gets he was already now confused, and with such a fall, Duryodhana's fall, yeah, everyone laughed at him. So this particular theme highlight the significance of community and shared experiences in shaping human relationships. So laughter serves as both a unifying force and a gentle reminder of our shared imperfections, suggesting that life should be approached with a spirit of levity and humility. So the sixth theme is separation and attachment. So here community, it has been mentioned because here Yudhishthir Maharaj, Lord Krishna, Pandavas, the courtesans and Draupadi and rest of the men and women who were there serving. So all were there in front of them. Okay, so everyone laughed. And so here is the role of community. Yeah, it was sensed by Lord Krishna and allowed to do so. So separation and attachment. So Yudhishthir Maharaj heartfelt reluctance to part ways with his loved ones after the festivities poignantly illustrates the emotional weight of attachment. So he said that Lord Krishna and all Yadus and Ranis, the queens, so as to stay for longer again, because they were about to feel this intimate separation from Lord Krishna, and his yearning to extend their time together reflects a universal human experience, the deep appreciation for relationships, and the inevitable grief that separation brings. Okay, so yeah, so they for so many days they were together, this Rajasuya for performing Rajasuya sacrifice, and such a royal treatment. The family, the Yadu family, they received from Yudhishthir Maharaj, and now it was the time of separation and detachment, and so as it was unbearable for Pandavas and Yudhishthir Maharaj, so they did request to uh, pause for a while, and this particular theme delves into the intricate duality of love and loss, positing that while attachments enrich our lives, they invariably bring the pain of separation. So it invites reflection on the nature of relationships and encourages acceptance of impermanence, fostering a deeper appreciation for the present moment. So, so as to be in the present moment, it is very important. And yeah, we saw that how Lord Krishna have given a quality time to Pandavas, and now they were feeling separation as they were about to leave and lead towards Dwarka city. So it was an unbearable pain in love to Yudhishthir Maharaj and Pandavas, and so requested him and the queens to stay for a while. And as it was the palace created by Maidana, so there was ample space and facilities, royal facilities were offered and were there for Lord Krishna. And so the request, it was accepted by Lord Krishna. So these were the six themes of this particular chapter. Now, in this first theme, insights into King Yudhishthira Maharaj Rajasuya sacrifice. So it has been concluded in seven themes. So So this particular passage offers a profound commentary on the Rajasuya sacrifice, illuminating various thematic elements that carry significant philosophical weight. So these 7 themes are the key thematic elements identified within the text along with the rationale for the selection. So out of the 7 themes, the first theme we'll go through the nature of relationships and duty, that is Prem Bandhan. So this particular term, Prem Bandhana, reflects the willingness of Yudhishthir Maharaj relatives to participate in the Rajasuya sacrifice out of genuine love. They offered loving services rather than just mere obligation. So they were not allowed the duties, but they happily accepted these particular services to participate in this particular celebration and to make it a grand event. So this emphasizes the power of voluntary service and the strength of familial ties in both spiritual and social realms. So it shows how authentic relationships inspire cooperation and joy in communal endeavors. So, okay, it has been also told by Srila Prabhupada not to remain alone, but we should be in the Sadhu Sang, Vaishnav Sang. Okay, so one will get satisfaction if one is doing all this seva, remaining in Vaishnav Sang. So the congregation, what even though we do chant, we try to do in congregation, the group chanting, etc. So that again it becomes more joyous and it becomes more meaningful. So Prem Bandhana transcends being merely a thematic element. So it embodies a key philosophical tenet. So it asserts that true service arises from love and devotion rather than coercion. So in any spiritual practice, this particular principle, it is crucial, underscoring the importance of nurturing relationships that inspire selfless service. So the voluntary involvement of Yudhishthira's family illustrates the essence of a harmonious community where love unites individuals and motivates them to contribute to a greater purpose. So this particular concept has profound implications for all aspects of life, advocating for collaboration and mutual support within families and communities, essential components for spiritual growth. So it is performing Rajasuya sacrifice. It is really very difficult, and for Pandavas also it was not easy to perform. Okay, but with the loving services, with the guidance, with the desire of Lord Krishna, so this Rajasuya sacrifice, it was established so as to satisfy the desire of Lord Krishna. And so it was possible. And it was so loving exchange. This particular Rajasuya sacrifice, it was made a particular event. And so in whatever endeavors we do, okay, so one should collaborate and with the mutual support and with the involvement of community. Okay, so we can complete the targets, we can achieve the success, and it is also true for the spiritual growth. So the second point is pride and humility. So it was not enforced uh, towards the king's men and women, so as to participate in the event, but willingly from within themselves, they felt that they would be a part of this particular event. So the second part is pride and humility. So Krishna's act of washing feet is a powerful symbol of humility. So one of the grand service which was accepted by Lord Krishna was to wash the feet of all guests who were received by Sahadev in this Yudhishthir Maharaj palace for Rajasuya Yagya. See the greatness of Lord Krishna. So Lord Krishna becomes so happy, so as to please his devotees. So the feet of Brahmanas, all the guests, whoever were there, okay. So their feet was washed. One is gets so jubilant so as to have darshan of lotus feet of Lord Krishna, but he himself is here to wash the feet, So how menial service Lord Krishna had accepted in this particular grand event. Okay. So here we can understand, how Lord Krishna is. Okay, even he becomes the driver of Arjuna, isn't it, in the war? Okay, so likewise, Krishna's act of washing feet is a powerful symbol of humility, contrasting starkly with Duryodhana's pride. Okay, so here how Lord Krishna is humble and how Duryodhana is such a proud person. So this contrast serves as a wise commentary on the spiritual truth that genuine greatness is rooted in humility and service, while pride can lead to enmity and solitude. So here we can see the end of the proud person like Duryodhan. What happens with Duryodhan? Okay, so it is such a devastation. We can see how this Kuru dynasty, okay, especially the lineage of Dhritarashtra Maharaj. Okay, so none of them survives. Okay, so it is because of pride and enmity it was been there. But look at the humility and the greatness it has been offered by Lord Krishna. Okay, he is divine one. So it is such. It has been said through this particular event and chapter that one should be humble enough and should be humbly offering services. While pride can lead to enmity and solitude, Duryodhana's offense exemplifies how envy and pride can destroy relationships as he remained blind to the joy of others due to his own shortcomings. So uh, Duryodhan, is it? So this particular individual, the person, he is Kuru Raj. Okay, uh, he was having such a magnanimous life, but still with this shortcomings, with pride and envy, okay, he gets devastated. So the just position of Krishna's humility with Duryodhana's arrogance delivers a profound lesson on the essence of true strength across various spiritual traditions. Even in our Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya. So the basis of devotion or bhakti, it is the humility. So humility is regarded not only as a virtue, but also as a path toward transcending the ego and connecting with the divine. So our spiritual journey starts with trying to humble. So Duryodhana's failure to appreciate the joy surrounding him because of his pride illustrates how attachment to the self being, breeds isolation and suffering. So this particular theme underscores the necessity to combat pride with self-awareness and humility, fostering an attitude that embraces the achievements and happiness of others as integral to one's spiritual journey. So we are here in this world, okay, now surviving is because we were jealous with Lord Krishna in Golokdham. And so it was our, we have been fallen down and having a conditional life, this particular life is because we were jealous, we were envious that how Lord Krishna is controller and how is supreme. So this is an opportunity in this particular life for us so as to realize that uh, Lord Krishna is the supreme enjoyer, and his controller, his maintainer and destroyer of everything. So that one should be humble with Lord Krishna and his devotees and the services which we have to follow in such a mood that we have to please Lord Krishna with our endeavors and not fight amongst each other and be jealous with each others. I'm not getting that seva. I'm unable to do that, but how he or she is doing, and I should do like that. Okay, so etc. So not to be jealous and not to be pride, but underline is trying to be humble. Okay, so this humility is the basis of our spiritual life. Okay, so one should understand this point. Next is third theme is, and this third sub theme from this first theme is joy in participation. So the joyful participation of the wives in the festivities highlights the significance of joy and celebration in spiritual practices, elevating the spirit. So this reflects the idea that spirituality is not confined to austerity, it also encompasses joy, playfulness, and community involvement. So, the vibrant interactions among the wives and their husbands reveal the harmonious dynamics within the family structure. Okay, so here everyone is a part of this particular event. Even the queens, even the wives of demigods from the celestial world. Okay, so they are all playing dudumbies and yeah, so all were showering flowers on Yudhishthir Maharaj. So this exuberance displayed during the festivities underscores that spirituality encompasses both reverence and celebration. So this theme embodies the notion that spiritual practices should be lively and life affirming, encouraging full engagement in the richness of life's experiences. So every day we do celebrate. Our day begins with Mangal Aarti, morning programs, chanting. If we are home, we are doing all these activities. So the whole day becomes joyous for us. So this particular playful exchanges among the wives and their husbands illustrate how spirituality can enhance relationships, injecting joy and lightness into daily life. So this joy fosters an environment that is conducive to spiritual growth, suggesting that happiness and devotion can beautifully coexist and mutually enrich one another. As we saw in recap also, Archana Mataji in question answer session have said, yeah, we have to keep Lord Krishna at the center. We have to prioritize, we have to align our desires with the desires of Lord Krishna. Yeah, and every day will become a celebration for us. And it is celebration for us. Okay, so um, we have to leave nothing, okay, but we have to connect everything with Lord Krishna. So the contrast of purity and impurity. Now Duryodhana's story. The passage draws a clear distinction between the pure-hearted and those burdened by impure thoughts, such as Duryodhana, who is an embodiment of Kam, Krodh, Mad, Moh, Matsar, etc. So all Shadripus are with Duryodhana. So this thematic element highlights the paramount importance of purity in thought and intention within the framework of spiritual practice. So the purity attitude in with what intent we are there, isn't it? So that is importance. How much we are offering to Lord Krishna is not important, whether they are in millions or whether they are 10 rupees. But what Lord sees is the intent behind offering that particular, what you can say, seva. So the actions that incite lustful thoughts in impure individuals stand in stark contrast to the innocent joy of the pure-hearted, reinforcing the principle of spiritual elevation through purity. So here Srila Prabhupada also mentioned in purports that, yeah, if there are great people, yeah, they were the part of this particular celebration. Yeah, they felt that it is such a purifying event. But those who could see these queens and all these wives of Pandavas, they are celebrating, okay, and their flowers, they are getting showered down. Okay, so likewise, if they are filled with such a impure thoughts, okay, they will not elevate. So what is important is the purity in thoughts. So the discernment between the pure-hearted and those mired in impurity emphasizes the critical role of mental and emotional clarity in spiritual life. So it reflects the belief that one's inner state profoundly shapes one's perception and experience of reality. So the behavior that incites lustful desires in individuals like Duryodhana illustrates how impure motives can cloud judgment and spawn negativity. So, in contrast, the pure hearted experience joy and harmony, affirming the philosophical tenet that spiritual advancement requires cultivating a clear mind and noble intentions, thereby deepening one's connection with the divine. So, if we want to connect with Lord Krishna, so the pure thoughts, the pure mind, so that is important by removing negativities. Okay, by not being the judgmental one. Okay, if we saw in that particular mode, so that is going to cultivate our spiritual life. Next slide, please. So the fifth one is completion of sacrifice. The next slide. Yeah, it's there. Yeah, completion of sacrifice, that is Avrut save of the Avrut bath during the celebration. Yeah, as Shishupal demon was killed, okay, we can say demon, as Shishupal was killed and have received Sayuj Mukti liberation by Lord Krishna. And so for that, this particular Abrut Snan, so that was required, so that Rajasya Yagya sacrifice, now it was supposed to be completed. So this Abrut Snan or bath, bathing, so transcends being a mere ritual. It stands as a powerful symbol of the conclusion and sanctification of Rajasya sacrifice. So, this particular ritual emphasizes the necessity of concluding spiritual endeavors with a process of purification, highlighting the cyclical nature of spiritual practice. It affirms that every spiritual journey culminates in a moment that deserves acknowledgement and reverence, setting the stage for renewed growth and insight. So everybody leads towards Jamuna from this particular Jamuna river for this Avrut Snan with such a royal procession. Okay, so this particular bathing symbolizes the importance of ritual purification following significant spiritual endeavors. So this act reflects the cyclical nature of spiritual practices, where completion is not the end but a transition to renewed clarity and purpose. So the cyclical nature of spiritual practices refers to the idea that spiritual growth is not a linear path but a series of cycles of learning, growth, and renewal. So it signifies the need for reflection and acknowledgement of divine support in the journey. So this particular ritual underscores the belief that every action, especially those of great importance, should conclude with a process of purification to ensure that the energy generated is harnessed in a positive manner. So it teaches that the journey of spiritual growth is ongoing and requires continuous renewal and commitment. Okay, so even though we had to celebrate a particular festival in ISKCON, okay, we do plan so heavily, we do conduct the meetings. There are several committees made. Okay, so if there is Janmashtami like that, we do collect the funds, we do manage these funds throughout the year. While organizing this particular event and making it a grand, we do involve the local people so that they do also get the mercy of Lord Krishna, they do donate, they do contribute. And while organizing this, so there can be gaps or loopholes which were left in this particular event, and we do get the feedback meeting also finally. And in that, we do see that what are things, okay, what are lacunas were there in this particular event, organizing it. And yeah, this needs to be fulfilled in the next event. And the next Janmashtami event, we'll supposed to, yeah, if we want to change the location, if we want to change the arrangement, if we want to explore this particular event in much details, and yeah, accordingly upgrade this particular event like that, what can be done. So the positive inputs as well as the negative inputs, yeah, we do brainstorm and discuss, and finalized. Okay, so it is sort of a purification and teaches, yeah, it is for the pleasure of Lord Krishna we do. Okay, so the continuous renewal and such commitment, okay, so we do follow, and it is a cycle which is repeated for all this festival throughout so many years. So there will be Janmashtami is coming in the future, and so every time we yeah, try to see that it gets upgraded. So the role of ritual and community. So the participation of priests and performance of rituals such as Patni Samyaja highlight the communal aspect of spiritual practices. This element underscores the interconnectedness of individual spiritual journeys within a broader community context, fostering a sense of belonging and unity. It illustrates how rituals serve to unite individuals in shared spiritual goals. Okay, so this particular ritualistic goals, okay, when we are performing, so they are supposed to connect the individuals and not to displease the people. So the communal aspect of the Rajaswaya sacrifice emphasizes that spiritual advancement is not an isolated endeavor, but a collective journey. So the involvement of priests and the organization of rituals illustrate the importance of tradition and communal support in sustaining spiritual practices, providing a sense of reassurance and support. So, this theme emphasizes the interconnectedness of individuals within a community, suggesting that shared rituals promote unity and a collective consciousness. Shared rituals promote unity and a collective consciousness. Okay, so here in the kingdom of Yudhishthir Maharaj, we do see, okay, so everyone has contributed. So this thematic elements collectively illustrate the multifaceted nature of the Rajaswaya sacrifice, and there are so many shades and dimensions in the several aspects of this Rajaswaya sacrifice. How it was grand with respect to the resources, the power, the military, the support of Lord Krishna, and how it was being made magnanimous. So its broader philosophical implication emphasizing the involvement of community, imbibing humility, establishing purity, and the joy of active participation of every individual in spiritual practices. So they do reflect the teachings of Gaudiya Vaishnava tradition, providing a lens through which to understand the dynamics of devotion and service. So it is thus particular seventh theme. Okay. What was the rationale? It was the king Yudhishthira's worship of the priest symbolizes the recognition of divine presence and authority in spiritual endeavors. So this underscores the importance of humility and respect for spiritual guides, acknowledging that success in any endeavor particularly or especially sacrificial rites is linked to divine grace and guidance. Okay, so it is such a yagya. We do see that how it is being getting performed. It is a nice picture. Okay, so it is so pleasing to our eyes and hearts. So King Yudhishthira's worship of the priest embodies the acknowledgement of divine guidance and authority in spiritual endeavors. So this act of respect signifies the recognition that human efforts alone are insufficient. Okay, whatever endeavors we do, those are insufficient. But with divine's grace, anything and everything is possible. As Sanjay Prabhuji has been achieved this particular degree, a master's degree again, okay, and he offered respects to Lord Krishna that with the mercy of Lord, it was made possible. Okay, he's so humble and it is such a quality. So without this humility it is not possible, and without the grace of divine it is not achievable. So a concept that refers to the unmerited favor and assistance of the divine. So it teaches humility in the face of the sacred and underscores the importance of gratitude and devotion toward those who facilitate spiritual practices. So one should be grateful with our Guru Maharaj, with the devotees around, Varishta Vaishnavas. Okay, so that one should please them and should be humble and should be offering gratitude to them so that one can nourish this devotional service. So the philosophical significance lies in the understanding that surrendering to a higher power and acknowledging one's limitations can lead to greater wisdom and spiritual fulfillment, thereby reinforcing the connection between the individual and the divine. So we are so insignificant to achieve anything, but with the Lord's grace, it is possible. So the account of Duryodhana's humiliation at King Yudhishthira's palace during the Rajya sacrifice unveils profound thematic elements imbued with philosophical significance. So, here is, along with the importance and the rationale for their selection based on the commentaries of Sri Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur as well as Sridhar Swami. So, envy and broken pride, Matsarya and Atapya. So, how Duryodhana was jealous, isn't it? So, it is the second theme now from 31st verses to 40th one. Okay, so how Duryodhana is humiliated. So, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's commentary captures Duryodhana's emotional turmoil, Visakta Hriday, as he confronts Yudhishthira's splendor, illustrating how the weight of his pride crumbles under the magnitude of Yudhishthira's virtue. So, this serves as a compelling moral lesson pertaining to humility and the necessity of acceptance. So, he is so much jealous. His mind is so much contaminated, and yeah, so he's jealous with such a splendor, what you can see, the prestige of Yudhishthir Maharaj and what he has now, and the virtuous Yudhishthira he is, and he could not bear that. At the heart of Duryodhana's character are envy and false ego and pride, which forces that ultimately it is going to catalyze his demise. So his failure to recognize the greatness of Yudhishthir Maharaj's accomplishments and the resulting shame he endures, Atapyad, serve as a powerful testament to the corrosive impact of arrogance and jealousy. He gets angry, he's arrogant, never listens to the elders, to the respected ones, and in addition, he's jealous also with those who are in goodness. So this aligns seamlessly with the philosophical insight that attachment and ego can obscure one's ability to appreciate the virtues of others. Attachment with what? Attachment with the self, attachment of self being, the attachment with the throne of Guru dynasty, and his ego that he is the great, and yeah, and he is deserving to be the king. Okay, so likewise, we can see that how Duryodhana is jealous with Yudhishthir Maharaj. So Duryodhana's fall into water, born of his misjudgment, embodies the folly of his arrogance and ignorance. So if one is in pride, gets arrogant, and is ignorant, is unable to distinguish, yeah, what is ayogya and yogya. So this particular commentary suggests that his bewilderment was a byproduct of divine intervention, a manifestation of the God preference for Yudhishthira. Okay, so Lord is with Yudhishthir Maharaj, and so this reinforces the idea that higher powers can shape human perception and understanding, ultimately upholding justice and righteousness. So here, Lord Krishna is with Yudhishthir Maharaj and not Duryodhana, isn't it? So Lord likes his devotees, and here it is a proof. Yeah, he was with Yudhishthir Maharaj, and so as to this complete what you can say, paritranaya sadhuna vinashaya cha dushkritam. Lord has to establish this vinashaya cha dushkritam. So for dharma samsthapana, okay, so Lord he has arrived, and so as to achieve this, so as to complete this desire and target, okay, Lord Krishna thought that it is such a right platform, so as to begin with, and yeah, so how Lord Krishna deals with. So it is the mystic power of Maidanava which leads Duryodhana to confuse solid surface for water and epitomizes the dichotomy between illusion and reality. So this reflects a philosophical tenet that external appearances can be misleading and perceptions can be distorted, okay, often leading to the dire outcomes. We may not know what is the will of Lord Krishna many a times, isn't it? We don't understand what is good for us, but Lord knows, okay. And yeah, many times with devotees, okay, so Lord do favor such things about us. Whenever it happens, it is because our past karmas, we are not so um, high profile devotees, one can say, but with devotees, Lord intervenes, but for us, our karmas, due to which we do suffer. Okay, so yeah, it is because of my Danava's creation in building the palace in such a way that it puts Duryodhana in illusion, and yeah, and it aggravates the anger of, it elevates the anger of Yudhishthir Maharaj, and sorry, it elevates the anger of Duryodhana. Next slide, please. So divine guidance and support. Krishna as Swachakshusha. So Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur's commentary highlight Krishna as Yudhishthira's eyes. Okay, so it has been said by Sridhar Swami also. Yes, which steers him, it is eye of Yudhishthira. So it steers him towards actions that are just and beneficial. So this illustrates the philosophical significance of seeking enlightenment and support from elevated beings, particularly during times of moral quandary or distress. So Krishna's role as Yudhishthira's advisor and protector transcends mere narrative. So it embodies a philosophical principle. It is just beyond. Okay, it embodies a philosophical principle that underscores the critical importance of divine guidance in overcoming life's myriad challenges and overcoming our shortcomings. So this reaffirms the belief that wisdom, especially when derived from a divine source, is vital for effective leadership and steadfast moral integrity. Okay, so Krishna is Swachakshusha. He is the Yudhishthira's eyes. And so the role of laughter and humiliation, the next theme is the commentary notes a peculiar duality in the reactions. While Krishna encourages laughter, Bhima, especially Bhima, seeks to stifle it. So this complexity reflects the intricate nature of social interactions, emphasizing that laughter can serve both as a relief wall and a mirror of moral truth, ultimately revealing character through the lens of social dynamics. Okay, social dynamics plays a very important role. Who is judgmental in all these things, and who observe, judges, and spontaneously erupts also whenever the time comes. So the reactions of the onlookers, especially the women and Bhima, illuminate how humor and ridicule can shape moral and social dynamics. So Duryodhana's humiliation serves not just as a personal downfall, but as a powerful didactic tool, teaching humility and revealing inherent character flaws. Here, Samrani Draupadi laughs and says that Ande ka putra anda. So, in front of all this, in the royal court of Yudhishthir Maharaj, it was said, and it has pierced the heart of Duryodhana, isn't it? So, we do see that, and it was just said by Draupadi, and it was supported by Lord Krishna as well. We used to see. Next slide, please. Yeah, it is the divine guidance and support. Krishna is for Chakshusha. So Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's commentary says that Krishna's orchestration of descent was a strategic move aimed at alleviating the burden of tyrannical rulers from the earth. This was the right moment, Lord Krishna thinks, and this highlights his pivotal role within the cosmic order, reinforcing the belief that conflict can be a necessary precursor to justice and equilibrium. So, envious Duryodhana, isn't it? We do see that Krishna's deliberate instigation of dissent within Duryodhana signifies a profound philosophical truth. Sometimes conflict is essential for the greater good. So, this theme resonates deeply with the understanding that certain disruptions may pave the way for eradicating evil and corruption. So, here it has been said that conflict is essential for the greater good. For the higher purpose, the conflict is used here. Okay, so as to establish divinity and paritranaya sadhunam, so as to be supportive for brahmanas, sadhus, and women. Okay, so all these ill people, evil people, they need to be healed and finished, isn't it? So with this particular intention, so Lord thought that this is the right platform, and through this way it has been made possible. And so Lord Krishna, yeah, with his eyebrows raised, convinces everyone so as to laugh and enjoy this particular moment, how Duryodhana is humiliated. So the conclusion is the thematic elements encapsulates the rich complexities of human emotions. Here the emotion of Draupadi. So how Yudhishthir Maharaj feels that it should not have been happened. Okay, but Lord Krishna here wants to establish this particular moment for the longer time, and the interplay of illusion and reality, the imperative of divine guidance, the intricacies of social dynamics, and the necessity of conflict in the pursuit of justice. So each theme is deeply ingrained in the passage and is commentary offering a profound philosophical insights into the essence of pride, humility, and the cosmic balance of life. So here we have seen how envious Duryodhana, okay, was humiliated in King Yudhishthira's palace. Next, there are 9 question answers which are given by His Grace Charuchandra Prabhuji. So as to clarify again the concepts more. Here, the first question is, what specific rituals are performed during the Rajasuya sacrifice that highlight its importance in establishing kingship? So these questions on this particular slide, they are on the first theme of this particular chapter, how Rajasuya Yagya, it was made a grand event. So the Rajasuya sacrifice involves several pivotal rituals, including the veneration of deities, offerings that symbolically involve prosperity and rights, affirming the king's authority among his subjects. So this grand event showcases elaborate feasting, generous gifting to brahmanas, and the nurturing of communal unity, all of which reinforce the king's role as the guardian of dharma and the provider for his people. So here we do see that so as to establish leadership of Dharmaraj Yudhishthir, isn't it? So here the leader, he is following, okay, he is accepting the orders of Lord Krishna, and if a leader follows it, okay, obviously the subjects will also follow, okay, and will be able to establish dharma accordingly. And so this particular Rajasuya Yagya was performed and was made a grand event and is discussed in Srimad Bhagavatam also. And how does this concept of Maya influence individuals' perceptions of their own lives and relationships beyond Duryodhana's experience? So this concept of Maya suggests that which is being the palace which is being created by Maidana and Duryodhana get confused. That individuals often view their lives, relationships, and challenges through distorted lenses shaped by ego, desire, and societal expectations. Even though in ISKCON we do come from, we all of us have come from different backgrounds. We are with our egos, desires, and expectations, and slowly we do try to change and we do align ourselves and do get transformed. So this can lead to profound misunderstanding of one's true self and the essence of interpersonal connections. So by recognizing transcending Maya, individuals can cultivate greater self-awareness and clarity, paving the way for more meaningful relationships and a deeper grasp of their realities. So, what is real and virtual, and what is real one? So, the third one is, in what ways can the themes of envy and humility be applied to modern societal challenges and personal experiences? We do see that humility, it transcends one for the spiritual life, and the envy destroys us. So the themes of envy and humility are strikingly relevant to contemporary societal challenges. They do inspire individuals to celebrate the successes of others without succumbing to the pitfalls of comparison or resentment. So for one needs to be resilient while in our spiritual journey for the endeavors. For instance, in professional environments, acknowledging a colleague's achievement can foster a healthier workplace climate. By confronting the destructive potential of envy, we can build healthier relationships, promote collaborations, and cultivate a robust sense of community. So, embracing humility serves as a powerful reminder to remain grounded, appreciate collective accomplishments, and recognize that success manifests in diverse forms, ultimately contributing to a more compassionate and understanding society. So, that is the texture of society that gets improved. So, what specific role did Duryodhana's pride play in the events leading up to the Rajasuya sacrifice? So, Duryodhana's pride uh, profoundly shaped his actions and attitudes, particularly in how he viewed the celebrations and dynamics among the peers. His failure to recognize and appreciate the joy, the supremacy of Lord Krishna that others derived from the event often bred conflict and resentment, ultimately leading to his alienation during the Rajasuya sacrifice. And this pride acted as a formidable barrier, preventing him from engaging authentically with the communal spirit of the occasion. He was offered this, he had accepted the service of what you can say, um, Koshadhyaksha, he was made for this particular event. And such a grand responsibility it was with Duryodhana. But still, he could not become a part of this event just because of his pride and ego. So, how do the elements of joy and purity interact with one another during the rituals? So, this interplay between the joy and purity during rituals is both intricate and significant. True joy typically springs from pure intentions and heartfelt engagement, enriching the spiritual experience for all participants. Conversely, when joy is clouded by impure emotions such as jealousy or arrogance, it risks undermining the very sanctity of the spiritual practice. Thus, a pure mind and heart can elevate the experience of joy, fostering a deeper connection with the rituals and the community. So, um, the third question is, in what ways can the themes discussed be applied to modern spiritual practices and community dynamics? The sixth question is, and yeah, so how it can be applied? This particular theme at play here holds powerful relevance for contemporary spiritual practices and community interactions by highlighting the vital importance of humility, authentic connections, and the collective involvement. We can create spaces that enable individuals to uplift one another and celebrate shared experiences. Okay, even though one day, if we go through our past, somebody had invited us for Janmashtami, somebody had invited us for the congregational program, or somebody had invited us, some devotee had given us the book, or had offered Bhagavad Gita as a gift, isn't it? With that, yeah, with their such particular services, now we are pleased. Now we see how we are leading. So likewise, okay, one should try to become a member of a society, isn't it? And try to uplift one another and celebrate the shared experiences. So, furthermore, embracing the concept of purification, following significant events, and acknowledging common objectives can foster unity and belonging within diverse communities today, ultimately leading to more enriching spiritual journeys. Okay, rather than remaining a fighting person, okay, one, if aligns himself or herself with the congregational preaching, okay, this particular mission of preaching Krishna consciousness, okay, so obviously the society will get uplifted. Then the seventh question is, what specific actions or decisions by Duryodhana significantly contributed to his humiliation at King Yudhishthira's palace? Yeah, um, with the angle of Lord Krishna. So we'll see Duryodhana's action that led to his downfall in King Yudhishthira's palace were not mere choices. Their pivotal decisions fueled by jealousy and relentlessness, pursuit of power and wealth. His audacious attempt to usurp the Pandavas' kingdom and the egregious plot to disrobe Draupadi during the infamous dice game were major mistakes that underscored his arrogance and blatant disregard for dharma or righteousness. So these actions culminated in profound humiliation when Draupadi turned to Krishna for justice, creating an irreparable rift between him and the Pandavas that ultimately spiraled into a devastating war. We see how Duryodhana, okay, with his pride and ego, gets devastated. So, how does, next question is eighth one, how does Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's commentary elaborate on the deeper philosophical implications of Krishna's role in instigating dissent? So, the commentary suggests that Krishna's intervention transcended mere dissent. It was a profound effort to restore dharma and integrity within the kingdom. As the embodiment of divine wisdom, Krishna serves as a catalyst for essential change, often by challenging entrenched norms. His promotion of dissent can be interpreted as a call to awaken individuals to their responsibilities and the repercussions of their actions, emphasizing the intricate nature of moral choices and the paramount importance of aligning oneself with righteousness. The ninth question is, in what ways can the themes of envy, illusion, and the divine guidance be applied to contemporary moral dilemmas? So, the themes of envy, illusion, and divine guidance resonate powerfully in today's moral landscape. So, envy can drive people toward unethical actions such as corruption or betrayal, particularly in professional settings. An illusion might express itself through self deception or the misalignment of priorities in personal relationships and societal challenges. Meanwhile, divine guidance, interpreted through spiritual or ethical lenses, can inspire individuals to engage with integrity and compassion amid confusion and conflict. So, whether wants confusion or conflict, or whether wants integrity and compassion, it is up to us. So, for instance, in the corporate world, envy can fuel unethical competition, while illusion may lead to misguided strategic choices. Conversely, divine guidance can foster ethical leadership by recognizing and reflecting on these themes. So, individuals can navigate their moral challenges more effectively striving to transcend envy and illusion while seeking guidance to make just and equitable decisions. So, how to be equipoised, how to elevate ourselves in our spiritual journey, to be compassionate, to engage with integrity, okay, rather than remaining confused and following the conflicts. So this particular chapter, it was from the 10th canto, 75th chapter. So Duryodhana humiliated, it is complete. And yeah, we got to know that how at the Rajasuya Yagya sacrifice, Duryodhana is disappointed, and yeah, and it was the question which was asked, why and how he was disappointed, and it was answered by Shukdev Goswami to Parikshit Maharaj. And in the next 76th chapter, we'll see the battle between Vrishni and Shalva, and how Shalva was killed in this next coming chapter, in the chapter 77. So, likewise, we have gone through today's session. If whatever shortcomings are there in my delivering this particular chapter, please have your mercy and pray for all of us, so that we'll doing this particular seva seriously, and we'll follow and we'll fulfill the expectation of this great Charachandra Prabhuji and Sharath Prabhuji and Bhagavad Seva. Hare Krishna, Hari Bol. Thank you for patiently hearing from me on this particular platform. Thank you, dear all in this group. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Wonderful class. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji, for nice explanation. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Wonderful class,
Thank you, Mataji. Wonderful class.
Wonderful class.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Mataji. Wonderful
Mataji.
class.
Wonderful session. Thank you very much, Mataji.
Dandavat pranam,
Very
Mataji.
wonderful session. Yeah, very,
Thank you,
very
Mataji.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Prasad Prabhuji, Samtaman Prabhuji.
Well done, Mataji. Greatness.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
It's very, very important lessons. You help us understand this.
Most important takeaway from Mataji: pure heart and pure thoughts.
Yeah.
Impure mind and leads to envious and jealousy.
Yeah.
So
Not
wonderful.
to be envious, jealous. Try to be humble, not to be in illusion, and try to be an integral part of the society and elevate our society in whatever way
Yes, Mataji.
possible.
This is a great lesson. You want to be a devotee, right? All these qualities, good qualities automatically develop. Become a devotee.
Qualities. Yes, Prabhu.
All these wonderful qualities develop.
Yes, by doing bhakti.
Yeah.
By having association of devotee.
Association of devotees.
Yeah. Vaishnav son.
Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Okay. Any questions?
Mataji,
comments?
most important point, दूसरों की खुशी में खुश रहना चाहिए बस. अगर किसी को भी सक्सेस मिले है तो सबको खुशी होनी चाहिए, मगर इन दिस प्रेजेंट वर्ल्ड एवरीथिंग इज डाइवर्ट. सबको कोई कुछ, अगर किसी ने कुछ अच्छा गेन किया तो बस वो कोई पीछे के गाना है, कुछ होता है. तो हार्ट में कुछ होता है, ऐसा सबको होता है, ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए.
हाँ, और शुरू में हम प्रसाद देके भी लोगों को हैप्पी कर सकते हैं ना. So we don't tell them philosophy directly, but we try to offer them prasadam in temple, and we do invite them so that they do get. Yeah.
Yes, Mataji.
Any other questions, comments? Before Sharath Prabhuji can take over, then we'll be hearing some wonderful things. Always we get to hear from Sharath Prabhuji, right? So let's leave a good piece of time for him.
No questions, Prabhuji. Actually, she explained every slide in a very detailed way.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah. I felt like a detailed session kind of thing. Every slide.
प्रभु जी कल भद्र पूर्णिमा भी है ना?
Yes, yes.
Yes, Mataji. Yes,
Yeah,
Mataji.
I'll be talking about this today's and tomorrow's events also.
Okay, okay.
प्रभु शरद प्रभु जी काइंडली हमें ये अनंत चतुर्दशी के बारे में भी बताइएगा प्लीज, उनका
Okay,
इम्पोर्टेंस.
Okay,
Yes,
okay.
Prabhu.
Okay, before that, a word about today's class. Generally, people think this was the only reason why the Mahabharata war took place. Insult of Duryodhana in the palace of Yudhishthira. But we have to remember that this was one of the reasons. This was not the only reason. And a majority of the acharyas who have commented, they say that in addition to this region and many other regions, another most important reason was the envy of Dronacharya. Dronacharya, he wanted to take revenge on his old friend on when he was in Gurukula. He was promised half of the country from Drupada, and when he later on he did not recognize him, he had promised to destroy him. People say that is one of the major reasons. But however, what we studied today, this was also a very important reason for the Mahabharata war. The second is what Mataji was asking, the story of Ananta Chaturdasi. In Ananta Chaturdasi, we worshipped Lord Ananta or Lord Vishnu only. Lord Ananta Sesa. Ananta means endless. And observing this vrata grants freedom from material desires, protection from obstacles, and steady devotion to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But there is a story behind this also, I will tell you. Now, once there was a Brahmana whose name was Sumanta. He was born in a Vasishta family, Vasishta Gotra, and he married Bhrigu daughter Diksha. And they had a charming daughter named Susila. And after Diksha passed away, Sumanta married a woman named Karkase, who was very harsh and quarrelsome. And Susila suffered under the stepmother, but grew into a young lady. Then what happened, when the time for her marriage came, a sage named Kaundinya Rishi, he arrived seeking for a bride. And Susila was given to him in marriage with only very little gift of fried wheat, because the family was very, very poor. Now, during their travels on the banks of a river, they saw many Brahmanas and their wives dressed in red and performing Ananta Padmanabha Chaturdasi. And curious, Susila inquired and they explained in detail about the Ananta Brata. What they described, perform the Brata on a Bhadrapada Sukla Chaturdasi, which happens to be today. Then they said, decorate the altar with various flowers and place a kalasa with 7 durbas tied together to represent Ananta, and keep a red thread with 14 knots on the altar, and worship with 14 kinds of flowers and leaves, and prepare 28 pieces, 28 types of prasada, and serve the Brahmanas, and observe the Vrata for 14 days, each year replacing the thread. And on the 15th year, perform Udyapana, that is the end of the Vrata. And Susila faithfully performed the Vrata, distributed prasada, tied the thread, and prosperity entered her home. But one day, in anger, Kaundinya, he tore off the Susila's red thread and threw it into fire. And from that day, misfortune struck, and there was loss of wealth, death of cattle, desertion by the relatives. And realizing this, Kaundinya Rishi, he wandered in the forest in search of Lord Ananta. And there the Lord appeared as a Brahmana, revived him, and revealed his divine four-armed form with Mahalakshmi. And Kaundinya prayed with stotras, and the Lord granted him 3 boons. What were the 3 boons? Removal of poverty, steadfastness in dharma, and the third, liberation with auspiciousness. And Kaundinya then returned home, performed the brata with devotion, and lived a prosperous life. Now, this is the story about today's Ananta Brata. Then tomorrow, the very important things taking place. Tomorrow is the Bhadra Shukla Purnima. Now, on this day, the Pitrupaksha is starting. Pitrupaksha is starting from tomorrow, that is 7th, for 16 days. And tomorrow also there is another great event taking. This is a Chandra Grahana. That is the moon, that is the eclipse taking place tomorrow, and that is a very, very important event. And the third thing on this day, what happened, Parikshit Maharaj, he attained the supreme destination because the Bhagavad Katha, which had started on the 9th day of this Shukla Paksha, it ended tomorrow. That is on the Bhadra Shukla Purnima. And as you know, it was recited by Sukadeva Goswami. From all these counts, tomorrow's day is very, very important. And what is to be done by us tomorrow? As you know, in the SRIMAD Bhagavatam, 12th Canto, 13th chapter, 13th verse, it says that if you donate the Bhagavatam, then you will be benefited and all that. But I am telling something else on account of the eclipse tomorrow. Now, as per Indian time, it is starting at 9:57 at night and ending at 1:27 in the early morning. Now, this is very, very auspicious time. And if somebody chants the name of the Lord during this time, that is multiplied by lakhs of times. That means if you do one mala, one round of this Hare Krishna Mahamantra, then it is equivalent to lakhs of times of chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. That is what is the importance of this very, very auspicious event. But generally, people count this as an inauspicious thing, which is not correct. It is auspicious, and doing all other things, they are not to be done, because this time is to be utilized for chanting and doing devotional service, bhakti. Then the next thing is, in this 16 days, what we are supposed to do, one is supposed to offer arghya and pindadana to the ancestors. If it has not been done on the tithi in which that particular person died. Now, what is the difference between that? And what happens if somebody dies, and when that tithi comes in a year, then pinda is offered, that is for that particular person. But here, during this Pitrupaksha, it is done for anybody and everybody. Those who are related to us, those who are not related to us. Even somebody can offer pinda for his servant or anybody known to him if he has got Shraddha. So this is what is very, very important. And all these things like if you do not worship the Lord or the demigods or the Supreme Lord, then nothing wrong will happen to you. You will not get the benefit, that's all. But if you do not do your duty toward our ancestors, then what will happen? They will not be happy. And if they are not happy, all inauspiciousness will come to us. There will be loss of wealth, there will be unhappiness in the family, and all sorts of troubles will come. That's why this Pitrupaksha is very, very important. Now, some people may cite a verse in SRIMAD Bhagavatam which says that if you are a devotee, you are not supposed to do. That is very, very correct. But that is correct for whom? One who is a pure devotee and he devotes all the time, 24 hours in a day, to worship the Supreme Lord, to chant the name of the Lord, and he cannot stay without it. But we have not reached that level. Therefore, this Pindadana, this Shraddha, this is applicable to all of us. We should understand that way only. Still there is time, then I'll ask one question about bhakti. Now, as we know, in bhakti, in the path of bhakti, we do not want to earn credits, benefits of punya, and certainly we do not want to commit aparadha and earn sins. But do you think that is correct? We should not earn any pious credits. We should not have punya, because at the end, what will happen before going to the spiritual world? The sins, they will certainly be destroyed at the level of surrendering only. But what happens to our punya? Our punya, the Lord distributes it to our relatives. That does not go waste. That is one thing. But another very important thing for this punya is, I am giving the answer only, as you have read in the Prasada mantra, Swalpa punya vatam rajyam vishwasa naiva jayate. If we do not earn enough pious credits, then our faith will not be very strong. And what is the sign of our faith not being strong? In that we will be finding, we will be looking at, or we will be seeing faults of others. If we are easily seeing the faults of others, then we do not have enough faith. Now, remember what Rupa Goswami has said, Adho Shraddha, Sadhu Sangha, like that sloka goes. The beginning is Shraddha only, faith. For that, we have to earn this pious credits. Like somebody says, I am doing devotional service, I have nothing to do with anything else. Therefore, if somebody comes to me, a hungry person comes, there is no requirement to feed him. It is not that. If a thirsty person comes, if somebody feels I did not offer him the glass of water, that is not correct. We have to do our duty also in that count, and doing good to others, being merciful to others is very, very important. And in this connection, I will tell a small story only. We studied the story of Mayadana today. You know who was Mayadana's daughter? Anybody can say? Mayadana's daughter, who was the adopted daughter given to him by Lord Vishnu. She was Mandodari. Mandodari, wife of Ravana, she was the daughter of Mayadana. Now, what was Mandodari in her previous life? That is what is important. I will be telling in very, very brief. In her previous life, Mandodari was a frog. Now, she was a frog only, and what happened one day, she saw a large number of rishis and munis. They had gathered there, and for them, food was being cooked. And in that one item was kheer. And when that was being prepared, one snake came and with his tongue touched the kheer, and nobody had seen it except this frog. Now the frog, due to her pious credits in previous lives, she was able to think that if the rishis they eat this kheer, then misfortune will happen, people will die. That's why what she did, she jumped into that pot. Now, when she jumped into that pot, she died instantly. And because of that reason, that kheer, it was thrown away. Now, because she was able to save the lives of so many great people, she earned the credit, and because of that, what happened? The Chandan, what is applied to Lord Vishnu, she took place in that, and that was applied to Lord Vishnu. And Lord Vishnu, what he did, he took out part of that the lap or Chandan, and from that he made a human being, a girl, and gave life, and she became Mandodari. And Mandodari was given to Maidana. Then later on, she married to Ravana. That means doing good to others is very important thing to do. And we should also increase our pious credits so that our faith on the Lord, faith on various things, it increases, it deepens, and we are benefited. That's all, Prabhuji. Thank you very much.
Things you taught us today. Thank you, Prabhuji.
So nice story, Prabhuji Mandodari ki.
Yeah.
So wonderful.
You should not think that we are in bhakti and we don't need to do anything in this world. We can live in our own world. Yeah, thank you very much, Prabhu. Very nice story. We have to do good for everybody.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Prabhu. I
Sorry,
heard
Bo.
this story before. And just to share, my Gotra from my father's side is Kaundinya. So I was a little bit curious to hear this pastime. Thank you very much, Prabhu. So shall I end with the
Yes, please.
Narasimha
Bhartaji.
Kirtan?
Yes.
Namaste Narasimhaya. Namaste Narasimhaya. Pralhadalhadadaine. Pralhadalhadadaine. Hiranyakashipurvakshaha. Hiranyakashipurvakshaha. Shilatankanakalaye. Shilatankanakalaye. Ito Narasimha Parato Narasimha. Ito Narasimha Parato Narasimha. Yato yato yami tato Narasimha. Yato yato yami tato Narasimha. Bahe Narasimha Hrudaye Narasimha. Bahe Narasimha Hrudaye Narasimha. Narasimha Madim Sharanam Prapade. Narasimha Madim Sharanam Prapade. Tava Kara Kamala Vare Nakha. अद्भुत श्रृंगार दलिता हिरण्यकशिपो तनुभृंगा केशवधृता नरहरिरूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे केशवधृता नरहरिरूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे स्वामी जय जगदीश हरे जय नरसिंहदेव जय नरसिंहदेव जय प्रहलाद महाराज जय प्रहलाद महाराज जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद जय प्रहलाद नरसिंहदेव की जय लक्ष्मी नरसिंहदेव की जय श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय ऑल डिवोटीज की जय हरे कृष्णा
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you very much.
Thank you
Thank
very
you,
much.
Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji.
Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Sharad Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Pranam to all devotees.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.